blessed to be able to. I'm blessed to be able to be called again. Believe it or not, it's going to be 3 years since I've been off the board now. That long.
Seems like the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
Yeah, it hasn't stopped. Conrad, I got some very positive remarks out of your what do you call it, presentation last month. Thank you. I may call on you again for something else on having to do
Sure.
with IA, but in December we won't have a meeting, so we won't have a session.
Okay. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Happy to teach on AI, and it's fun. It's fun to help the clubs and the leadership get acclimated to using it.
Well, I want to be able to bring speakers that are from our area rather than somebody from New York. Hot sauce from New York is not the same as Texas hot sauce. So, uh, so I was very appreciative that you came on board doing that.
Thank you. You are most welcome. Yeah. So right now it is 9:31, and do you guys want to give it 5 minutes and everybody text everybody that they think should be in here, or do you guys want to start at a certain time?
Esme, I think that's for you. Well, Conrad, since Esme seems to have stepped away for a moment, I'm going to say we probably go ahead and get started. I'm always one for start on time, end on time.
Okay, very,
Very
very
good.
good. Give me a quick second. Turn on. Esme asked me to share something for you guys.
I can share on my end. I don't know what Esme has that she needs to share, but I can share my screen from
Oh
my
yeah,
porch.
yeah. If you're ready to go, rock it out. Hold on, let me let everybody be able to share, or you should be able to share right now. All right, you're rocking. Go ahead, Lisa.
I'm pulling it up now. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Again, Esmeralda, I want to thank you so much for putting this together. You continue to amaze me with all the wonderful things that your creative mind finds to do, and this is one of them. And before we start, I want to recognize that we have PID TJ on the call with us this morning. PID TJ, do you have anything that you would like, any words you'd like to start us out with?
Okay, I hate to do this, but I need you all's help. It's December and we still have a lot of status quo clubs. So if any of you can assist your district governor, uh, please do so. We still have about 450 members that could be lost at the end of the year. So
Mm.
I'm not real worried yet because I know that it's usually in December that we get things done, and we're moving along. But it's like anything else. It's lonely at the top, so I have to report, and we still have a little over 400 members to clear. I know we're going to lose a few, but thank you. I see some of y'all that have been very active. I know District Governor. I hope I don't miss anyone. District Governor Steve and First Vice District Governor Kevin, and Second Vice District Governor Kim, and First Vice District Governor excuse me, First Vice District Governor Terry. Let's see, who else do I see? And the rest of you in helping your district governor and your team come through. We've come a long way in the last week, but we still got some work to do. But otherwise, happy holidays, and I'm glad that you gave me an invitation to be with you all this morning. And the topics that we're going to cover, I think, are very real, and things that can be done in Texas. Okay. I will also say, I'll bring a message from Lions Clubs International. Lions Clubs International continues to look at Texas as the leader in the United States. Okay. And don't let anybody tell you anything otherwise. Everybody else is behind. Texas has had a constant, consistent way of moving Lionism forward. And it's because of the great leadership that includes you all that we've been able to continue to do that. And there's a big push in LCI, and especially in the United States, to make sure that we continue to be leaders, not only in the United States, but all throughout the world. We're not the number one constitutional area in the world anymore. We're really falling behind. We're number 3 now. We went from 1 all the way to number 3. And through the efforts of some past presidents that all of you know, friends of Texas, and Mark Lyon, who will be our international president next year, they're depending on each one of us to bring the United States back to where it belongs, to be number 1, and that includes extension, which we'll talk about today. It will include membership satisfaction at the club level, engagement, and definitely something that we need to continue being focused on is taking care of our clubs, taking care of our club members, in order for them to remain as members of the Lions Club. We still have a little bit of a challenge when it comes to the retention. Our retention is not very high this first 6 months, so we need to work on that. But otherwise, glad to be here and look forward to the session.
Excellent. Esmeralda, do you have anything, dear?
I just want to welcome everybody, and I do need to let everybody know that I want to take responsibility for not giving everybody enough heads up to a reminder about the session, even though we had let everybody know about the change of date from November to today's date. However, the good thing is that we have the wonderful AI technology, so we will be recording this session. Thank you to President DFW President Conrad Alagaban. So big kudos. Let's give him a round of applause. Woohoo! Thank you, Lion President, DFW President Lion Conrad Alagaban. So this will be recorded, and we will send it out to everybody in MD2 Lions of Texas, so they can peruse it and view this recording at their own convenience in the near future. So thank you, technology. And big thank you to PDG Lisa Free-Martin and TJ Tijerina for helping us out this morning to do their sessions on building stronger clubs districts through successful mentoring programs, and also new club applications and EIN acquisitions, because those were 2 of the big things that we saw that might be helpful to district governors and districts and clubs throughout the state of Texas, to help them have successful clubs and districts for this coming months so they can improve having success. And then I know I'll be talking about celebrations and goals so we can end on a good note and continue the foundation that we helped constitutional area A1 have success with club extension. So, but at end, we'll have some time also to talk about crucial conversations or celebrations with whoever's on here this morning to help pick your brain and give you support because you all are the grounds, the feet on the ground right now, and you can help us identify what other crucial conversations we need to be having because we want to help you all be as successful as you can without stressing you out more than you need to. Okay. So let's have great conversations this morning, just till 11 o'clock or sooner. Okay. Let's have a great morning. And Lisa, you can go ahead and get started because I know that TJ only has an hour with us because he has other commitments. So let's go. Let's grow.
That sounds great. Again, thank you everybody for being here this morning. I know it's Saturday morning. It's December and we could be anywhere in the world that we would like to be, but right now we're all together talking about Lionism and building stronger clubs and districts through successful mentoring programs. One of the things that we seem to slide on a bit is once we get new members, what do we do with them? And that's one of the things that we want to talk about this morning. Can everyone see my screen okay? Are we sharing appropriately?
Can see it.
Perfect.
Yes.
So as we take this journey together today, let's start by identifying two roles that many times get confused. A Lions Club sponsor versus a Lions Club mentor. In short, a Lions Club sponsor introduces and supports new members' entry into the club, while a Lions Club mentor guides that member's personal growth, leadership development, and deeper integration into the organization itself. So a sponsor is the person that that brings them through the door. If you think of them as a recruiter, that might be a good way for us to one of the differentiators. Their focus is on entry and inclusion, helping someone get started as a new Lion. And their impact is vast, right? Because we can't grow without new members. The role of a mentor, however, helps to keep a member and to help them grow beyond basic participation, preparing them for leadership and service. Their responsibilities are going to be guiding the mentee through the Lions mentoring program, which has a basic and an advanced level, teach organizational skills, project accountability, and leadership development. They're going to encourage mentees to take on additional responsibilities and eventually mentor others. Now, are we saying that a sponsor and a mentor can't be one and the same? I'm not saying that, but please do understand they have two totally different responsibilities. And your sponsor may not always be the best person to mentor a new Lion coming into the program. So mentoring is a developmental partnership. It's where experienced members guide the new member towards growth and success. In Lions Club, mentoring is essential for integrating new members into the organization's culture and values. It provides a structured approach to learning, enabling mentees to understand the club's mission, objective, the service ethos, and mentoring goes beyond the casual advice. It's a deliberate process. It fosters trust and respect and mutual learning. And by offering guidance through shared experiences and modeling leadership behaviors, mentors help mentees build confidence and develop skills necessary for active participation. This process strengthens your club by ensuring continuity. It enhances member satisfaction, and also by promoting leadership development. The importance of mentoring lies in its ability to create a supportive environment where members feel valued. We all know that if someone feels valued, they're going to continue to participate and continue to be engaged. It gives them the environment so that they understand that they can be empowered to contribute in a meaningful way to the community service initiatives. They don't feel like an outsider, and they grow with every event that they participate in. So why does mentoring matter? It's building relationships and growth. Mentoring matters because it builds strong interpersonal relationships within the actual club itself. It fosters a sense of belonging and trust among the members. These relationships are a foundation for collaboration and effective teamwork. And we all know that if you don't have good teams, your clubs will struggle. Through mentoring, members receive personalized guidance that supports both personal and professional growth. Mentees gain insight into leadership roles, service projects, and organizational processes, while mentors refine their coaching and communication skills. So it's a reciprocal learning process that strengthens the club's overall capacity to serve the communities. Additionally, mentoring enhances member retention by creating um, a welcoming and warm environment for newcomers. It reinforces the commitment of existing members. When members feel supported and connected, they are more likely to stay engaged. And that's what PID TJ was talking about earlier with retention. Just because someone's been with the club for 10 years, they've served as a president, that commitment to their club is not over at that point. It's really just beginning. And a mentor is a great way to utilize those experienced members. So as we talk about welcoming and fostering values, the primary goal of mentoring in the Lions Club includes welcoming new members and fostering a deep understanding of the organization's values and missions. I'm going to stop here just a minute and remind everyone of something that many of us have talked about recently when we're talking about retention, and that is we've been so diligent in gaining new members that many times when those new members come in, we're just glad to get a new person in the room, a new face, right? But we're seeing as this progresses that those new faces may not always be a great fit for our club. So I'm going to remind you guys as you're recruiting, you're looking for new members, take the time to get to know those potential new members before bringing them into your club, because your clubs have very specific missions and values. That particular potential member may be a great lion, but they may not be a great fit for your club. So keep that in mind as you're going through the process. A structured mentoring program, once that lion has joined your club, ensures that new members feel included and supported from the very start. Mentors help mentees navigate club activities, understand service priorities, and embrace the principles of community engagement. By reinforcing the club's core values, such as service, leadership, and fellowship, mentoring creates a culture of collaboration and shared purpose. This alignment of values strengthens the club's identity and promotes active participation in service projects. Furthermore, it also helps members develop confidence in their roles, encouraging them to take on responsibilities and contribute to the club's long-term success. Developing future leaders is imperative for our organization to continue to grow. And thank goodness we have PID TJ that served on the leadership committee at International, and he's given us some great support here in Texas. One of the things I would encourage people to do within their club is every new member that you induct, at the time of induction, not only have their sponsor with them, but have a mentor with them during your induction. That mentor then becomes part of their Lions Club tradition. It helps them remember who they are, and it gives them a second person that they can go to with questions and learning opportunities. The mentoring is a cornerstone for developing future leaders with Lions Clubs. How many of you get together to do your club officers at the end of the year for the following year, and you ask who's interested in this position and no hands go up? There's a lot of reasons for that, right? Kevin, you understand what I'm talking about. So as we develop these new leaders, it will give us a pipeline of new individuals with great leadership skills to assume some of those club officer responsibilities. By pairing experienced members with those eager to learn, the organization creates a leadership pipeline that ensures continuity and growth. The mentors provide mentees with opportunities to observe, participate, and eventually lead projects, preparing them for roles such as committee chairs, club officers, and district leaders. This proactive approach to leadership development not only benefits the club but also amplifies its impact on the community. Leaders who emerge from mentoring programs are well equipped to organize service initiatives, manage resources effectively, inspire others to join the mission, as well as serve on other nonprofits within the community that would continue to build partnerships across organizational lines. Investing in mentoring is therefore an investment in the club's future and its ability to fulfill its commitment to serve. There are some core principles of mentoring. Those would be trust, respect, and guidance. Effective mentoring is built on core principles such as trust and respect and open communication. Trust ensures that mentees feel comfortable sharing challenges and seeking advice, while respect fosters a positive and supportive relationship. Active listening is another critical component, allowing mentors to understand the mentee's goals and tailor the guidance accordingly. Mentoring also involves providing constructive feedback, encouragement, and resources to facilitate learning. These principles create a safe learning environment and empower the individuals to grow personally and professionally. It also gives them a sense of responsibility, and ultimately that empowers them and strengthens the club's capacity for service and leadership. Mentors and mentees have distinct but very complementary roles in the mentoring process. Mentors act as a guide. They offer knowledge, experience, support, and they help mentees navigate the club's structure and responsibilities. All of those things can get quite overwhelming if we're not careful. They provide feedback, they encourage participation, and model leadership behaviors. Mentees, on the other hand, are expected to engage actively, ask questions, apply the guidance that's received. They should demonstrate commitment to learning and contribute to club activities. Clear expectation and regular communication between mentors and mentees are essential for a successful relationship. By fulfilling these roles, both parties benefit. Mentors enhance their leadership and coaching skills, while the mentees gain confidence and readiness for future leadership positions. Lions Clubs International has done a lot of the work for us in this area. They've provided 2 very specific programs on mentoring, and we're going to look at the program overview for those. They offer 2 structured mentoring programs, basic and advanced. The basic mentoring program is designed for new members, focusing on understanding club responsibilities and building relationships. It includes goal setting, orientation, and participation in service activities. The advanced mentoring program targets experienced members who aspire to leadership roles. It emphasizes strategic planning, organizing projects, and mentoring others. Both programs involve scheduled meetings, progress tracking, and recognition upon completion. These programs ensure that mentoring is systematic, measurable, and aligned with the club's leadership development objectives. When we talk about challenges, we've got some advantages and solutions that we need to make sure we talk about. Mentoring offers numerous benefits, including skill development, increased engagement, and stronger club cohesion. Mentors gain satisfaction from contributing to others' growth, while mentees acquire knowledge and confidence. However, challenges such as time constraints, lack of commitment, and unclear expectations can hinder success. Solutions include establishing structured programs, which LCI has done for us, setting clear goals, and maintaining regular communication. By addressing these challenges proactively, clubs can maximize the effectiveness of mentoring and ensure positive outcomes for all participants. Now, succession planning is something that I feel is very important as we move forward to not just our clubs, but to our districts, to our state, to our organization as a whole. So let's talk about building leadership continuity. Mentoring plays a critical role in succession planning by preparing members for future leadership positions. It builds a leadership pipeline, identifies potential leaders early, and that's something that we have not done a great job of, but we have the ability to do much better, and ensures the continuity in the club's governance. Examples include mentees completing the advanced mentoring program and progressing to roles such as zone chairs or club presidents within 2 years. Clubs often pair past presidents with new members to groom them for officer roles, while committee rotations through positions like membership chair, treasurer, prepare members for higher responsibilities. At the district level, mentoring helps identify and develop leaders for regional and international roles. These practices prevent leadership gaps and maintain organizational stability. It's an investment, right? Leadership is always an investment, not only a financial investment, but a personal investment. So let's talk about investing in our mentoring. It's a powerful tool for strengthening Lions clubs and ensuring sustainable leadership. By investing in mentoring programs, clubs create a supportive environment that fosters growth, engagement, and again, continuity. Members are encouraged to participate actively in mentoring initiatives, whether as mentors or mentees, to build a robust leadership pipeline and enhance the club's capacity to serve communities effectively. Other ways to invest: if you're in a position to influence your club's budget, consider investing in leadership. Many members, especially younger and newer members, may not have the disposable income to attend all of the events that go on across not only their district, but their world. We have so many things to offer. We have Lions Leadership Forums. We have Council of Governors meetings. We have state and international events like the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute, state conventions, international conventions. And I would dare say that 80% or more of our grassroots Lions have never been to a Council of Governors meeting. They don't understand what goes on in this organization across just the state. And if they don't understand that, how can they understand what goes on across the constitutional area? Or how can they understand how internationally they can be part of the impact for Lions clubs? So I would encourage you, if you have that opportunity, if you have the ability to influence your budget and your club has dollars available, consider using your registration dollars as a reimbursement for people who are showing leadership skills and opportunities, for individuals that you're identifying as future leaders for your clubs. Pay for them to go to one of these events. And then when they get back, don't leave it there. At your club meeting, at the next club meeting after that event, when they show up, ask them to give a summary. Tell the rest of the club what they learned. I promise you they'll be excited, they'll want to share, and they'll feel more engaged and a part of the actual event. So we've talked a lot about mentors and mentees, clubs, districts, regions, constitutional areas. So now let's see what questions you have. I'm going to ask if we can open the floor and allow people to unmute so we can take questions, and maybe myself or PID TJ could answer those for each of you.
PDG Lisa,
Yes.
this is Kevin Smith. I wonder, are there prerequisites to going either to the basic or to the advanced course? I'm sure there is for the advanced course, but what's the prerequisite for basic?
Remember, they're voluntary courses, but I would tell you, just from experience, always practice your basic first, because they're going to get a lot of information out of that that will impact their ability to complete the advanced program. PID TJ, would you like to add anything?
I think I think you hit it. First of all, your presentation is extremely high standard. You covered everything that has to do with the to making sure that we keep them engaged, and that we want numbers, but we want and number. And when we initiate a member to come into the club, let's be honest, it's a number game. But once they become a lion, that's when there's going to have that moment when that lion is going to say, "Oh, I really feel real good about being a lion," and the story of why I became a lion, and that's the moment that Kevin and you're trying to address, and that is, once you're a lion, every lion member has their own little path to continue being a lion, and the different learning opportunities because you got a mentor. You talked about it. That mentor gets to know that lion really well, and part of that mentorship should be, hey, why don't you come to a cabinet meeting? Why don't you come to a district convention? Hey, we got a speaker coming from Lions Clubs International. They don't know these people, but once they get there, that one-to-one conversation could be the difference. Not so much what the person is going to talk about Saturday night, but that one-to-one conversation with that lion that has not been around for a long time, and that leads also to being able to go to the different learning, whether it's the Faculty Development Institute or and I'm going to tell you, I still feel very strongly that we need to have some Texas learning taking place, because we got to disconnect. And Lisa, you talked about succession. What better way to develop succession if we're able to afford them the opportunity to go to the different ones? So instead of what's the prerequisite for a learning development, it's more like, hey, how can we help you? I gotten to know you. You like service. Let's go into service. Or you like to bring members in. Let's bring quality members in. All of these different learning opportunities have a way to motivate that lion that is asking to be more engaged. I hope that I summarized all of the different. Sorry about that. All of
Great
the
job.
different aspects, so that you can see that person develop, and that's how all of you got involved. That's why you guys don't have a disconnect. You guys have a connection because someone pointed you out in the right direction for leadership development.
PJ, can everybody hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
So I'll piggyback off of you and Lisa, TJ, on the level one, on the basic mentoring, because they have two booklets. The basic one, they focus more like for the mentee to just do basic, to do in the first 3 months to get an orientation, and for them to get into a basic committee. That's what push, and to get them involved and to serve in a basic committee level, like a chair or something like that. And in the advanced mentoring is for them to get into a more advanced program like advanced membership key or club extension activities to hold an office and to actually not only get into a committee but to actually chair a committee, and that's more like a 1 to 2 year and to complete and more advanced program, mentoring program, and to qualify like a lion to attend a regional or a senior lions level institute. So that's a little bit more advanced. I think that's the main difference. Like you mentioned, TJ, it's more high level commitment. So I mean, that I think it's a little bit more detailed commitment to push them to become more of a senior level commitment with leadership. And because they'll be more committed as a lion and not just on the surface, but they'll have a deeper understanding what lion, being a lion means, but they'll also be more, not just as a basic lion with being connected with relationships, but have a deeper commitment with relationships. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Can I add something else? You know, you may have often heard me say, if you bring a new line member or if you're starting a new club, let's not talk about the Texas Lions Camp except to mention the Texas Lions Camp and the work that we do. You got to start with the interest of the lion, and it's at the club level. It's community service. In 1917, I can assure you that vision was not the number one priority of a lion. It was community service, how to improve your community. In 2025, the priority of that new lion, it's not vision. It is not diabetes. It is not environment. It indirectly it is, but you got to talk about local how to get them to understand that by being members, you're going to improve your community. And the last thing I want to say is, if you look at the club at the Club Excellence Award criteria, they're asking for a percentage of the Lions to look at to look at the different, not the more advanced ones, going back to Kevin, not the more advanced ones, but before you get to that level, just like by the time you get to the level of the Texas Lions Camp or the Texas Lions Foundation or LCIF, you gotta make sure that that new lion is being made aware of all the different things that makes a lion, so that they can find themselves and become the lion that they want to be, the service that they want to be. I hope that makes sense. I think we all covered that, but I wanted to make sure that if you think about it, even LCI is advancing that concept to make sure that the lion members at the club level are aware of the different types of learn opportunities.
Thank you, TJ. Any other questions that we can answer for you guys?
This is really the time, okay? Because we don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers, and no one needs to have all the answers, but we got to help each other and find those answers for you. You know your district better than anybody else, and don't let anybody ever tell you that. And you know your district better than anybody else, and your club knows your community better than anybody else.
That's right.
Well, if we have no other questions, Lion Esme, thank you again for allowing me to present to the group today. PID TJ, thank you again for being here and joining us in this important conversation.
Yes.
And thank each of you who took time out of your morning to sit and listen through the session. I hope it's made a positive difference for you.
Thank you, PDG Lisa. Continue your hunting to fill up your freezer for the year. Say hi to Bob for me and have a great day. We appreciate you. All
Thank
right,
you.
our next presenter is PID TJ Tijerina. Thank you, TJ, for joining us today. He'll be talking about new club applications and EIN acquisitions. Um, Lion Conrad, can you help us pull up the resources that are available? And TJ can touch on if anybody has any questions about that. I know they're long, some of the videos for time constraints. We probably won't, we'll just let people know that we have those available. Can you go ahead and pull those up for us, please?
If you can do the one, start a new club application. I think
Yes.
that's the
Yeah,
one that,
yes, I think that one's just 10 minutes long.
yeah.
It should have been right after TJ's the YouTube video, Conrad. I love technology. That's not it, Conrad.
And actually, Esmeralda, the YouTube video, since you're gonna give it, you're gonna be offering it to everyone after the session. That one they can see on there because it's a 45-minute video. What
Right.
I've done is I've tried to summarize the topic that you would like for me to talk about is so we form a new club. What are we going to do with it now? Okay?
Right.
And but the first one, it's called start a new club application.
Right.
It's got a it's a PowerPoint.
Go back. Yeah.
That I think will do it all because otherwise the video is 45 minutes. I'm going to try to summarize that.
Other
for you.
things. So I just started. This is the third
Yeah,
webinar.
that's
We're
the
going-
video,
Yes.
but that one.
Do you want us to show that? Because there's one that's 10 minutes and then there's one that's
Okay,
45 minutes.
let's go ahead and start with that one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So who can form a new Lions Club? Anyone. Any Lion can start a new Lions Club. The key is that the only one that actually signs on for the club to become a valid club is the district governor.
Mhm.
So that connection, that communication has to be very, very, very strong and effective with the district governor. But the district governor is not the one that has to put all the information in. As district governor, you can allow someone in your district. It can be the one that the extension person, the GET in your district that can go out and do that because you've done the recruiting, and now it's time to put it together. And one of the things that I will emphasize is once you go out to the field and you start recruiting members and you have their checks with them already and their information, don't keep the club too long. I mean, don't keep the club pending too long before you actually make it a club. There's no magic. It could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, but if you leave it pending, if you go out there and get 10 of these checks and you're waiting for the other 10 and you wait and expect for it to develop, if you take too long, what's going to happen to the first 10 that gave you the check? They're going to get cold. Okay, that's my opinion. That's some of the things that I have done new clubs, and once you make that effort to go out to a community or to a business to a specialty club, and you go out there, form the club as soon as you can. Now, one of the things that the video will show and the PowerPoint is that one sorry about that. Let me disconnect my phone. And I promise you there will be no more. Okay. All right. The first thing is you know the IRS requirements. Don't wait till the last minute to start working on the EIN number. It is pretty easy to put together, but don't leave it as the very last part, because a lot of times you know that can also be an obstacle in keeping the club from being formed. You cannot form a new club unless you apply for a EIN IRS number. Okay, but you got to have officers by that time. So it's not at the very beginning, but don't wait till the last minute, because it can be a derailment. The only way that you can actually put a club, the paperwork together, is on the portal. We can't do it anymore by paper. Okay, so what you do is you go to the portal, and then under club, and it can be either it depends on who's doing the application. You'll find a link that will say new club application, and then you follow those steps. They're going to ask you for guiding lions. Well, okay, I've always said this, and I'll probably die, and I'll still hold this to this. Okay, some of you are very high on making sure that the guiding lion is a certified lion member. I don't have a problem with it, as long as they're very good and not just certified. Okay. I don't totally agree with that. I think that the best guiding lion is someone that is willing to take care of the club, regardless whether they're certified or not, that their heart is in the right place and that they are going to take care of that new Lions Club. Some years ago, when we had club consultants all over the United States, I'm going to tell you, they got a bad rap. And it's an unfair bad rap, because there were Lions that were saying they went out there, they helped form the club, and then they didn't stick. The club didn't stick. Well, I tell you what, that is not the responsibility of the person that is putting the club together, especially if you're actually asking for someone outside the district. The responsibility of making sure that the club sticks is a responsibility of the district leadership. And let's once and for all get away from this blame thing, because what was happening is a lot of times is the club consultant was going out there, putting the club together, but then they left. They're not part of the district. Their job is over. And the club and the district leadership did not really mentor. Going back to Lisa, you got to mentor that new club. You got to make them feel good. So when we talk about guiding lions, I hope they have a happy smile. I hope that they like to be around lions. And let's not be a grumpy lion. We know we have grumpy lions, right? We got lions that insult people and don't even realize that they're insulting people.
Oh,
We
no.
have lions that want to tell lions, well, we did it 20 years ago this way, and this is going to fail unless we do it that way. You've heard all of that. That's got to go. Okay. A year ago, we were forming a specialty club. Okay. And the first thing I heard from a leader in the district was, I have to invite you to my Lions Club because so you can see what's going on. And I just went, I put that lion on the side, and it was a district leader, and I said, don't say that ever again. If you take this perspective, and there were only about 4 or 5 at that time that we had, if you take them to your traditional Lions Club, you're going to kill the club. They're not going to do it the way your club does it. Their club meets 4 times a week. 4 times a week, no, 4 times a month. It's a nightclub. They like to have fun at their club, and there's nothing wrong with it. But for this specialty club, that's not the way the direction was going. So that's where your sponsoring lion and your guiding lions and your mentors need to be right in sync and have the right team to work on it. All right. So, but going back to the reporting. Okay. So you got to report guiding lions. Then you got to report the city, the county, and the state, and the name of the club. You know, whether we like it or not, we got to have, and it's changing. Okay. I know it's changing, but we're still not there. You got to have a city or a county as part of the name of the club. Because of specialty clubs and more because of virtual clubs, that's beginning to be a problem. And we know that we have experienced that in Texas, where the members are not part of the district, but the district is getting credit for the club. I mean, we see it. I know we don't need to talk about it. We need to just make sure that we understand that a virtual club, you can have members from outside the district. Even a traditional club now is not required for them to be in the city. I could form a club in Del Rio, and I'm from San Antonio, and I can be part of that Lions Club. So that reporting is very important, because you're going to have to list the names of each club member, and that includes, but that's part of the process. Now, the type of club, and that's where I'm going back to the example that I gave earlier. We got to make sure that we know what type of club we're going to look at. If and it's not what I want to do going out there, it's what the members want to do with it. We still have traditional Lions that are vocal about virtual clubs. We say that they're not. Well, I got a good example. Lion President Conrad, I'm still on your invitation, and one of these days I'm gonna surprise you, and I'm gonna pop in, and I'm in San Antonio. But every time that you have a club, meeting, you are online, and you invite me, and that's great. Okay, there's that's what we got to be very flexible when we talk about forming a new club, because there's nothing wrong in keeping the traditional clubs, but it's not going to work in every community, especially in the urban areas. You're going to find that as a challenge. In your small communities of Harper, Texas, or Comfort, Texas, they still enjoy the traditional club. Their biggest challenge is finding a place to meet. And in the urban area, you cannot find a place to meet. So the best thing a lot of times is to have it by Zoom. The important thing is and going back to Lisa, the mentoring part is to make sure that we don't forget that Lion member, the reason they joined was because they want to provide some type of service back to their community. So when there is a service project or a fundraising project, make sure that they get the notice, and chances are that they're going to go and show up to the service project. Our young population is very busy, and the times have changed, and they don't want to talk about meetings. They want to talk about, tell me when I need to be there, and I'll be there, and I got two hands, and I'll help you. And that's a challenge, but it's really something that is really taking place. When you form a Lions Club and it becomes a Lions Club, and I gotta get District Governor Steve and First Vice District Governor Terry and Second Vice District Governor Kim and your team. You got 4 new clubs this year. Steve, I'm sure you're not the only one that has put a hand in it. It's the team that has done it. And in the past, where I see some of the other districts that have formed clubs, it hasn't been done by just one person. We got to have the team, but we got to have them synced to make sure that they're on the right page, they're on the same page, and that they got a smile on their face, and that they welcome them. Because once they become a club, we got to celebrate. We got to celebrate. And, Lions International talks about celebration. I know they do. But in Texas, we not only have to do the talking, we have to do the walking and join them and welcome them and making them part of the newest Lions Club, and making sure that we don't forget about them. The celebration is a charter night, and charter nights, as we know, and as we in Texas kind of traditionally do it, they don't have to be that way all the time, because depending on the club, we need to make sure that the club members of the new club are in position to tell us how they would like to do the celebration, instead of us. Well, you got to have a charter night, and you got to put a white dinner jacket, and you got to have a speaker, and you got to have all of that. Well, you know what? If you got a dynamic speaker, great, and keep it short, stupid. They don't want to hear you for 30 minutes. That includes me. Okay. But the celebration needs to be about about making sure that the other clubs get invited, that they may bring a gift to the club so that they know, a startup gift, so that they know that they're being appreciated and that they're being welcomed into their new club. And then the zone chair has a lot to do with it, to make sure that the zone chair keeps the direct involvement. And that's how a new club really can succeed. We have been very, sometimes we don't pay close attention to our own backyard, but we have formed a lot of new clubs in the last 5 years. We haven't lost very many of them. That's a great celebration. Whether you're a governor this year, a past governor before, previously, we've done a good job with recruiting of new clubs. And that's because we have not lost the connection for them to bring them along and make them be part of the extended family. And with that, I'll pause and entertain questions for you. Steve?
TJ, I'd like to say something. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You're absolutely correct. And when you do your celebrations, we looked at the community and we decided what was this new community was going to need. And we had a celebration for a specialty club here not too long ago. It was a special needs children Lions Club. It was for basketball. It was for soccer. It was a great celebration. And for their charter party, we had a picnic in Lake Jackson, Texas. So they decided that was great. The children had a fantastic time. I had a fantastic time. I think everyone else did too. It was a great celebration. The specialty needs clubs, you kind of have to go a little bit with the way they want to go instead of what is traditional. And I'm like everyone else. I hate to put on a tuxedo, but sometimes you have to. You just have to. But
Yeah.
oh, and another
We'll
thing
break
too,
that cycle sooner or later. But
Lion Kim brought it up also. It was dog friendly, so we had children in shorts and running around playing, and we had dogs, and we had hot dogs and hamburgers. You don't have to have T-bone steak. It's what the community needs and it's what the community wants. So with that being said, I'll turn it back over to you.
Yeah, well, but very good, because I think you said that you had hot dogs or hamburgers and you had it at a park. You make the connection with that club. Your leaders, your district leaders, and you make that connection. And that's what we need to be talking about, because that's the growth that we're going to experience. We just can't do it. My home club meets every week, and but they have a clubhouse, okay? So it's like they feel like they own that clubhouse. That's an exception. Most clubs don't have a clubhouse. So we got to make sure that we're as flexible as possible in doing things. Who else? This is a time to really interact. And by the way, if I said something that you didn't think it was right, let me know. I'll either challenge you or I'll say you're right.
Lisa has her hand up, TJ.
Okay, Lisa.
I really just wanted to hit on a couple of things that you said that touched me, PID TJ. And one is when you're talking about planning a new club, and Guiding Lions many times will use that we have to.
Yeah.
I wish that we could reframe that statement to we get to plan a party. We get to look at what your community wants to do. Because again, Everyone remembers that old adage, WIIFM, what's in it for me? When they're planning these new clubs and when they're building the new clubs, it's WIIFMC. What's in it for my community? So keep that in mind. We don't have to, and it's a blessing that we have that opportunity.
That's right. Yeah, you're right there. And let's not forget our past leaders, okay? I know that every district has permanent dinner guests, okay? Well, let them be permanent dinner guests. But you also have great leaders also among your past district governors. And we need to get them involved. And one way that we can get them involved, especially if, again, the chemistry, the sync, you're on the same connection, and you know who they are, work with them. When you are out there recruiting, that extra person might be able to reach out to one or two members of that new club coming in that otherwise we may have lost. By the same token, we're talking about new clubs, but we also want to talk about rebuilding the clubs. And sometimes we need to go out and just recruit and help those clubs that have less than 20 members. Do you realize that if you went through the all of the Lions clubs in Texas, our multiple district is one of the highest multiple districts with the highest number of clubs that are 20 and below? And let me tell you, I always like to give credit where credit is due. And I don't like the negatives, to be honest. Okay? Negatives is a distraction. But if we work on the positives, we really can bring things going. 2X1, you have rebuilt, and I want to point them out. I'm sure everybody has, but they have done a tremendous job at rebuilding clubs in the last 3, 4, 5 years. And you had clubs that were gonna die, and they were 50, 70, almost 100 years, or 100 years plus, and you have rebuilt them. And if they can do it, everybody else can do it. Okay?
PJ,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
we have right here, right now, Second Vice District Governor Nia McKay in the house. And, I got to say kudos to her and her team, PDG, Keith Murray, and their team. You just mentioned we had the Dallas Founder Lions Club that was dying. And I mean, that was a historical club that had less than 5 members. Actually, I think it was 3 members. And I just get goosey bumps just thinking about it right now. They were on death's door, and we could not have that happen. And they did a phenomenal job bringing that club back to life. And Nia, tell us, talking about, because our next session in just a few minutes is going to be celebrations, and you can tell us how many members does the Founders Club have right now? Please announce it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I didn't join early in the morning. We have a pancakes I promised to attend. Thank you, PDG Esmeralda. Currently, we have 85 with
Wow.
the associate is 92. So thank you. But I have a good team. We work together. We know what we want. We know the new member wants, and we really practice the GAT. I always pick into the GMA, and PDG Lisa Martin always have a good ideas, and we practice it, and it works. So that's what we'll do. Everything that the LCI provided to you, whether it's GAT, whether it is survey, membership satisfaction survey, we did that. and it works. It works well, and that's why we expand. We add the membership. So thank you so much.
And they do a lot of engagement. They do a lot of service projects. I
Yeah, we
mean,
have a lot of collaborative, especially with UT Southwest, with the students, with other organization as well, ADA in Dallas, American Diabetes Association. So collaborative is my thing. I think with collaborative, we'll show the unity of our we serve to the community, and it showed that we care about the community and we can work together to make that happen.
and I think one thing that I am so impressed with, I don't know if you're at 100%, but I will be surprised that you're not at 100%, that every presenter, they have fantastic speakers. And I believe I'll be surprised that they're not at 100%, that every speaker they invite ends up being recruited. I'm
Yes.
so amazed with you.
We approach with DNA, database, networking, us, and the last one, don't give up. Because like PDG Esmeralda, it take her 10 years to be a lion. So maybe they will say no today and tomorrow, but you never know in a couple more years, but keep asking. So
Yes,
thank you.
I shared my story that it took 10 years for somebody to recruit me, and they never gave up asking me to join. And I know you all might be shocked to know that if you didn't know. My best friend kept asking me for 10 years to join. And isn't that amazing that she did? I'm so grateful and thankful to her. Now I've been a Lion for 26 years and have that joy of being a servant leader. So I'm so thankful that she never, ever gave up asking me to be a Lion. So I have the joy of meeting all of you. So don't ever forget. Don't ever give up, like I tell everybody that I meet. Anyway, PID, TJ, anything else you want to share?
How much time do we have?
We
I know
have
that I have
20.
to be
We have
somewhere
20
else.
minutes. We have
They
20
can wait.
minutes. We
They
have
can
20
wait.
minutes.
Because I got some other. I mean, not actually me talking, but do I have a little bit more time to?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I only had celebrations, but the celebrations I was just gonna announce, but I put it in the text, I mean in the chat, the announcements of the celebrations of the winners of the top uh districts of the top recruiters. But you go ahead, TJ. We got you, and you're the busy person, so go for it.
And it's because we've been stressing the team effort.
Yes.
And that includes past district governors, okay?
Go ahead.
And so on. But let's talk about the first and second vice district governors, okay? And it's recognition. We're talking about recognition. And LCI is the light bulb is starting to glow a little bit, okay? They've now want to recognize the efforts of the team as first and seconds when you're working as a team with district governors. And I see at least two district governors, Stephen and Kadar. Thank you for being here. And if I miss somebody else, let me know. Your team, your team is your most important thing, and your first and seconds. The communication needs to be very strong. Well, Terry, I'd like to ask you to tell us a little bit about your experience in going out there and forming new clubs, because I believe that you had never formed a club before, right?
No, sir. I've never,
Right.
I just thought, can everybody hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I just thought, wow, poof, a club. Because when I joined, the club was, the club was already going, and I never heard how to do it. But I went out with PDG Ronnie Martin, and we went to Port Lavaca, and we hit funeral homes, daycares, banks, any businesses that we could stop at, we stopped at and went in, and he gave us, we gave our spiel, talked about the club, what we do, what they would do in their area. And so it was just, I mean, we went to the sheriff department and I didn't know that that's how you formed a club. And so I learned a lot, met a lot of nice people. And eventually we got enough people to start their own club. And now they're called Calhoun County. But they were a great bunch of people that I got to meet, but I didn't know that that's kind of how you start a club. You just go to these businesses and you meet these people and you tell them what we're all about. And so, but I thought it was very, informing, and listening to people. And we kept telling them, your district, I mean, your area is different from my area. I said, I'm from Pearland, Silver Lake Lions. You're down here by the coast. So your, needs are going to be different from what my needs are for my community. And I said, you form up, your club your way. And so it was really interesting meeting all these different types of people from all different aspects of going to these meetings and meeting these people. So.
Second Vice Sister Governor Kim, have you been going also with him, or you're taking a different direction?
I haven't yet. I'm supposed to help with the next one that
Very good.
PDG Ronnie has in mind.
Okay, and the reason I always try to have a purpose why I ask you all to relate. Okay, all right. So you're talking about celebrations, but you're also talking about succession. Because what happens here is that all of a sudden, we got a district governor, Steve, who went through first and second, but now we got first vice district governor and second vice district governor already connected. And Steve, when you were first and second, I was not involved in GAT, okay? But the first thing, if you remember, that I've said for a year and a half is that we're as strong as the team is. And if we don't have that connection and that communication, we're not going to get anywhere. It's not a sprint. Your year is not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And next year, Steve, I expect you to be as active as a governor. How much you can do that, okay? Take care of your health first, but we expect you to be active. Kadar, I expect you to be active next year because you're passing the baton. And what a better way of celebration and succession that at the International Convention, and some of you did not have that opportunity, but at the International Convention, if a district governor-elect helps and is part of the extension, becomes an extension on the application, one of the ones that help with the extension, they get recognized at the International Convention in front of the world. That's awesome.
PJ, so I know that the Lion International president has said if the first vice district governor helps put in 2 clubs before the convention this year, they will get that recognition. They need to help with putting 2 clubs. And the second vice district governor will be recognized if they help put in 1 club before the international convention. So Lionia, you're here for 2X1. So we need you to already be helping Kedar right now to help put in even your branch club, your DFW Indonesian branch, if you help build it up to become its own club by a few more members, you could be recognized this summer already instead of waiting till your term, because at your term, I foresee that you'll be able to build so many more clubs with all those community partners. The first and second vice governors that are here, you should not wait until your term to start thinking about building new clubs. You need to be doing it right now to help your governor You're the second vice.
That's correct. That
right.
is correct. Now, I'd like to clarify one thing. The recognition comes in as you're going in as a district governor.
Correct.
So Terry or Kim, if you form one club this year as second vice, and you form a club next year as first, you get that recognition. If you don't form any clubs this year, Kim, but next year as first, you form 2 clubs, you get that recognition. So it's a buildup of the recognition. And I'm going to tell you, I experienced it in Orlando already with the Texas governors that came in and those that got recognized. And man, the only thing I saw was a lot of pride, a lot of I felt like it was service that when they were being recognized. And I mean, I think that's the best thing that one of the best things that International has done. And we have that great opportunity. But I want to make sure that the recognition becomes when you become a district governor elect. And if you form 3 clubs, well, you're first and second, they're going to mention that over there. They're going to say District 2X1 or S4, 3 clubs coming in and your name. So it's very powerful. Okay. I really appreciate y'all very much. Keep up the great work that y'all are doing, and let's move Texas Lionism forward. My number one thing is to make sure that Texas continues to be the leader in LCI that has been for over 100 years. And
PJ, I'd like to.
LCI is facing some serious challenges, but it's going to be up to Texas Lions to make it happen, that we continue to do the service that we do for all and make our communities a better place to live. Thank you so much, Past District Governor Esmeralda and Lisa and the planning committee and so on. And I just want to say one other thing. I'm so proud of y'all, because this is a Texas Zoom meeting led by Texas leaders in the GAT team coming together. And that's just very exciting to see. So thank you to all of you for being here today, and have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your family.
TJ, if we can have everybody smile real quick, I'm going to take a quick picture. So everybody look at the Esme, if you could back up a little bit, and then we can see. Oh, there we go. All right, everybody smile. And Kedar, DG, if you want to join us, I'm going to ask you to start video. Okay, here we go. Everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. A. All right, everybody looks great.
I think Steve had something to say, and I have a couple final things to say before we leave.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that I have the best team that I could ever pray for or hope for. Communication with your team is the biggest thing that you can do. We talk at least 2 to 3 times a week. And always remember, there is no I in teamwork. Thank you.
That's a great reminder to all of us. So for my part,
Esmeralda,
yes.
Sorry about that, but I got to recognize somebody else.
Yes.
All right. First Vice District Governor Kevin.
Yes.
You not only are doing a great job, but you helped Bill last year so much that it's just awesome how y'all did it, and Lisa and everybody in S2, and that's the teamwork. That's what makes me get excited and continue to be what I want to be in Texas Lions. Thank you for the
Awesome.
team effort.
I have several hands up, or are we clapping? Clapping? Oh, no, we're clapping.
Clapping.
All right. So for celebrations, I just wanted to recognize, because I know Vinod Mathur, our GMT for MD, recognized at the Council of Governors that top recruiter districts was S4 for membership with plus 91 at the last Council of Governors meeting, and E2 with 68 plus, and X2 with plus 65. And the top club builder districts was S4 with 4 clubs, T3 with 2 clubs, and X1 with 2 clubs. So woohoo for to all those districts. Way to go. And then finally, I think the main thing I wanted to let people know that I've heard today is how connections is very important in relationships, whether with new members or with our seasoned members, is very important, and with our past district governors to honor them, whether they are new members or old members. That's very important, and to keep checking in with people, whether they've been here with us or they're new members, and to welcome them. I think that's very important, so we can retain members and continue to bring in members to make them feel welcome. So let's go, let's grow. And I will plan to check in with district governors, first vice district governors and second vice district governors in this next week. I do want to apologize for everybody for the short notice. I was sick for 8.5 days with the flu. So I take full responsibility for the lack of communication, but thank goodness for technology. And I'm so glad I'm not hacking and coughing today, but we'll use the technology to the best of our ability. Big thank you to President Lyon Conrad for being my saving angel. And a big thank you to Ronnie Martin, for our GMA, for getting out there and helping districts for club extension. So I want to challenge the other districts that have not taken advantage of his great ability to help train districts, and taking his invite or his awesome abilities to go and help train your first vice, second vice, or district governors, or your membership team or club extension team, or have called me to go help you. So please take advantage. We're a great resource for you guys. So please call us, and if you need help with your new club application, I can do one-on-one tutoring via Zoom. So we're here to help you and not stress you out, to the best of our ability. Have a blessed day, TJ. Any final words of wisdom from you? We are at 5 to 11. We
Lion
promise.
Esme,
I gotta say this.
Mhm.
Texas, MD2, you all have 14 new clubs. You're number 1 in the United States. Out of all the new clubs in the United States, Texas has 25% of the new clubs in the United States. Thank you so much.
awesome. I just also want to say, guys, everybody welcome Hector. He's the newest Lion in Lions Club.
Hector.
He's
Hey,
here right now.
Hector.
And he's actually out of Hector, where are you out of? If you can unmute.
He's in the service.
Yes, Hector, where are you located right now?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Oh, I'm in Norfolk, Virginia right now.
Hi,
So-
Hector. I'm so proud of you.
He's our newest DFW Cyber Lions Club, so you guys can build anywhere. All right.
There you go.
Woo!
Awesome.
I love you, Hector.
I love y'all too.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
We're glad you joined the Lions, Hector.
Me too.
Bye, mijo. Happy
All right.
holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody. Love you guys.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
And we are adjourned unless somebody has a question.
When is the next one? So we can put it in calendar.
Oh, y'all want to have another one? Okay. When do y'all want? Do you want TJ, when are you available? Because you're the most busy person. When do you want to have another one?
Well, first of all, when do you all want to have another? And
Okay.
and unless I have a conflict, we can change the
Okay.
date.
When do y'all want to have another
I'd
one?
recommend February,
Okay. What day do y'all recommend?
not Valentine's Day.
And when do we have Council of Governors? So we cannot have it that weekend.
First weekend.
First weekend and first and second weekend is Valentine's is the second and council is the first.
Okay, so
it's
no.
gotta either be the third or the fourth.
Okay, so do y'all,
Just to let everybody know, I'm working on a contract now to do a Texas Lions Leadership Forum the 28th of February and the 1st of March.
okay.
I'm in negotiations with the hotel now, and I will get that information out as soon as I can get a reasonable contract. I've gotten them to come down a little bit on the room rate. I'm getting them to come down on the food rates. And so as soon as I can get something reasonable, it'll be presented to Kathy and the council, and we hopefully can get moving forward on that.
So let's recommend the 21st.
Yep, Paul, and I do have that on my schedule.
Thank you, sir.
Giving me that date. The
So-
21st.
21st, I have a cabinet meeting. What time would you?
Yeah, we do
find?
too.
Okay, so can we move it to the after, oh, what time is y'all's cabinet meeting?
We'll be over by
Morning.
2.
Or could we do, so could we do it in the afternoon, in the evening?
I could.
Everybody okay with an evening one? We haven't done an evening one. I like variety.
That's
TJ,
fine.
Can you do it in the evening? Yes?
Yeah.
What do y'all prefer? Like early evening? That way then you can still have like 5 to 6:30. Is that too early or too late?
Probably 6.
6 to 7:30?
That could make sense.
Is everybody okay with that? I mean, whoever wants to attend can attend it because we're gonna record it anyway, and then people can watch it whenever they want.
That sounds
TJ, you're
good.
my most important person. Any specific topics you all are dying to hear about and really, really need? Paul, any suggestions that you've heard about?
I'm going to tell you, we need to talk about retention.
Okay.
Our numbers are a little high this year of losing
Yes.
members. So
Okay.
Statewide.
Okay.
With 14 new clubs, we should be right now maybe 800 plus for the year, and right now we're 453. Okay, that means that our retention is bringing that number down, because if you take 14 clubs and at least 20, that we should be 300 above, somewhere around 700 or so.
Can we do a retention, and can we do on rejuvenating or rebuilding? Because I heard you say we still have quite a bit with 20 and below. I think we still need to focus on that also. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah. And you know what, Second Vice Sister Governor Nia and some of the group from X1, that could be one resource.
Okay.
That could be, it could be a theme of some of the things that you all have done.
And I think I'll have Lion Conrad talk about some AI. Like, I think a lot of clubs still don't have Facebook page and how to do a website for free. And Lion Conrad knows how to do that really fast and short and sweet. I'll have him do that. Is that good for everybody?
That's good.
Okay. Have a great day.
For helping with that.
Conrad.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Conrad. I just told you.
I'm happy to do it. All right. See you
Thank
guys.
Bye, guys.
Happy
We're-
holidays.
Have a great day.